is what makes him greater. His ability to bring down and hand over the Messiah to the world. Let me tell you something, because this is the time. We are right at the time where it matters most. Now, sit down, please. Do you know it's very easy for people, if these two were to start ministries, John would not have a big ministry because of what he invites, what comes when he is talking. Jesus, okay, all of us, we desire to be prophets. Even Moses says, I desire that everyone would be a prophet. Jesus is letting us know that there is another rank above. Had he said an apostle, he would have said more than an apostle. Had he said, did you go out to see an evangelist? Because he was evangelizing. Oh, more than an evangelist. How can Jesus call a man more than a prophet who never prophesied an ID number? I'm amazed at how Jesus rates prophets. Their understanding of the intensity of the prophetic is amazing to me. Honestly, I'm blown away. I don't even know what to. So how do we measure the depth of the prophet? We have prophets in the Old Testament who would actually declare, unless I speak, there is no water coming. And Jesus comes and he says, of all that are born of women, there's not risen one greater than John. Even if I stand here and I prophesy a coming earthquake, and I even give you the number, the figure, the magnitude of the earthquake, and it happens at the same time, exact time, I still have a superior individual who is never going to give such a prophecy because he is more than that. Yet in this generation we consider such a prophet less. Here comes God and he calls him more. The depth of the prophetic is not in details concerning you. He's going to tell you, John, this John now the disciple is going to tell you that when Jesus came, the world didn't know he was around. John the Baptist's ability to identify.
There's no more specific
identify where God comes and he hides in the flesh. He comes like your brother, like your father, and then he appears. And you lift up your finger and you point at him. And you let everyone know, behold the Lamb. It is the size, not of your prophecy, not of your finger, not of your generation. It is the size of the man that you reveal. The size of the man that you reveal to the people. Can they see me when you talk? That's what we are here to do. This gathering is all about revealing him to the people. You do that as a prophet, you have gone beyond the prophetic. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. My prayer was that I keep going and going into your life, exposing everything from the number of your teeth. I wanted God to give me grace to number even your hair. And here comes the invigilator. Come on. And he says, you want to be more than a prophet. It is the personality that you reveal. Stop revealing people to people. Reveal their creator to them. He says, he's more. Why is Jesus speaking like that? Lest you undermine him. You visited him, and some of you left his ministry because I was his subject. John chose not to talk about your husband. John chose not to talk about whatever is happening in your family. You came there, you went there, he never laid hands on the sick. He ignored your sickness. You attended his service as a leper, you left as a leper. You didn't like his message because you couldn't see your healing in the introduction of the Son of God. So they left. They left. I can't see my money in Jesus. So you change church. You jump from one ministry to the other. Yet what the preacher is introducing here covers every aspect of your life. A man who is not sent from God, if he talks to you about healing, he leaves you only understanding healing, and you understand nothing concerning the healer. What did you go out there to see? That man is more than a prophet. Such a man who is more than a prophet, he rebuked the king and he got himself arrested. And people are wondering if he was indeed the prophet he should have seen. Yet he is no longer at that level of prophesying such matters. He was designed to identify the Messiah. Imagine, as a child of God, you go to a church that doesn't let you know what is going to befall your child, and you are hit by surprise and you are wondering, I'm just coming from a prophetic service or a prophetic church. Actually, the prophet came very, very close to me, yet he never told me this was ever going to happen. A more than a prophet would have revealed something greater than your son, something bigger than your daughter. and that's his maker. Jesus. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. You went to see a more than a prophet. I know. Then he's saying no one born of a woman is greater. Don't compete. Don't compete with John. Look at the way Jesus, you see, there's never risen anyone greater. You see, when Jesus talks about rising, the rising of a man, you can only rise coming from below.
Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist.
You don't rise from the top, you rise from the bottom. And yet this one was sent from God. He came from above, yet he rose. He was sent from God, and yet he rose. Such a man, his roots are upstairs. His agenda is heavenly. He grows from above. His supplies are from the top. The reason why he was born of a woman, it was so that you would see him rising. And you think he's coming from earth, and you think he's like you. There's never risen any greater
Than John.
than John. John, even if he is not going to prophesy, he will still die great. He will still be so great, having not fulfilled his agenda, being born. Look at where it's starting from. There's never risen any born of a woman. Before anything was done, from the birth of this boy, there was greatness. And I've given you some of those reasons before. Because he is the spirit and the power of Elijah. Elizabeth is giving birth to a son who has already been around for a while. Imagine Elijah is coming, and this time around he's not going to be spending too many years prophesying. He's simply coming to identify one individual. As compared to his previous ministry, he did quite a lot, and there was no commendation from the Messiah. He comes this time around, he identifies one person, and God says, this is now being more than a prophet. This is greater, this is bigger than what you did in your previous life. But okay, we are not talking about incarnation. Let's leave that one. Let's leave that one. But he came in the power and the spirit
Of Elijah. And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elijah.
If you're not going to believe that John the Baptist was Elijah. Because you cannot perceive, you cannot accept, you cannot understand how the spirit of another man can be accommodated in another man. Still you're saying John was still there as John, and the spirit of Elijah was also in there. You are even making that place even much more crowded. Even if John was John, but coming in the spirit and the power of Elijah, that in itself makes him greater than anyone born of a woman. Because we are seeing the appearance of too many individuals here now. Jesus, he goes to John. John says, it's not possible that I should baptize you. John himself was ready to be baptized. John himself was ready to surrender his ministry to Jesus and to be subjected to his own calling. The man who is the greatest of everyone that is born of a woman, this is the greatest. And he sees Jesus and he says, I can't touch you. Imagine Jesus was also born of a woman. And he says, of all that are born of women, there is not risen any greater than John. And the one that is greater than everyone born of a, including Jesus, when you hear him say, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, that goes to show you how big, how huge. This shows you the size of Jesus, the power that he carries. There's one coming after me, whose shoes I'm not worthy to untie. I can't loosen his sandals. I can't.
He it is who coming after me is prepared before me, whose shoe latchet I am not worthy to unloose.
I'm not worthy. I don't have that qualification. Being born of a woman and I'm the greatest, yet I can't touch his shoes. That man that is coming, I can't. You can only speak like that, not when you are a prophet, but when you are more. Being a prophet, a true one, you can't speak like that. Being a true prophet, you can never open your mouth and say, he must increase and I must decrease. Being a true prophet, you have to be more than a prophet. This is the same John, the same Elijah who said, today bring down fire, God, so that people may know that you are God and that they may also know that I am a prophet. He comes this time around being more than a prophet. He says, he must increase.
But I must.
I must. My decrease is a must. Something must be done for me to go down. I have to disappear so that he can appear. You don't speak like that. It has to be beyond the prophetic. Do everything possible to make yourself irrelevant so that he can be relevant. Being more than a prophet comes with a cost, comes with a price. And not many can meet that cost. Being more, step out of the way. That, as if that was not enough, people actually came to him and to join, and they said, do you know that Jesus is baptizing more people than you? They have left you. They want to provoke him. Let's hear if he's going to still speak like a more than a prophet. And he says, I guarantee you there is
A man
no
can
man
receive
can
nothing
receive anything
except
given
him from
it's
heaven.
given to him by God from above. And then he said, what after that?
Ye yourselves bear me witness that
Yeah.
I said,
I say,
I am not the Christ, but that I am sent before him.
I am not the Christ. A message like that. I am not the Christ. I am not the Christ. I am not the Christ. I am not the anointed. I'm not. And he's replaying it. Did I not tell you that I'm not anointed? I'm not the. Yes, I have my own anointing, but I'm not the anointed. I'm an anointed one, of course, but I'm not the Christ. I'm not the anointed. I'm not. I'm not. People will try to make you that. You may enjoy them calling you the Christ today, but you must be prophetic enough to know how much the Christ will suffer. Yes, you may lose your head, but that's just a 1 minute process. The Christ, he will be caught in the middle of the night, and they will spend the whole day working on his body. You may want to be called the Christ today, but Passover is coming. You will wish they had known that
that you are John the Baptist.
I'm telling you.
In between, it's still exciting.
But when those guys are coming after you and they catch you, that day, you tell them,
That
nditori Johan Marange kana
I'm
Masowe
actually
church.
John Maranga, actually.
Masowe. They call you that today because it's a fancy title. But you must know what Christ has come to do. You must know. I study a lot of people. Even if I find materials that are very, very important for me, and I quote an individual, it doesn't mean that I believe everything that he says. Same applies with me. I'm not correct about everything that I say. I'm still growing. I'm getting to know more and more. I'm becoming better and better. We know in part. We prophesy in part. A gentleman called Sam Shamon did justice to the event at the River Jordan when Jesus came to be baptized by John.